Hello. Good evening, Chwempala. Good evening, Chirundu. Good evening, Nakonde. Good evening, Milenge and Mansa and Chipili and Mwansabombwe and Mpweto, Kwampweto and Chiengi. Good evening, Mungwi and Kasama and Chinsali Mpika. Good evening. Good evening, Sioma. Good evening, Livingston and Sesheke and Senanga. Elias Munsha here on TV Bakwetu. I would like to ask you to share with as many people as possible, because today we've got something very, very interesting that we are going to talk about. And so please share with as many people as possible. I'll give you some time to share, spread the word around, because as usual, we've got to deal with this because it's extremely important. And so share with as many people as possible. For those that are sharing, I'm going to give you a shout out here. So send it to your groups and all that. Share with as many people as possible from various groups. And then we are going to have a very frank discussion. Today is going to be a frank discussion because I've not had a frank discussion with you in a very long time. So today it's going to be extremely frank, okay? It's going to be a frank discussion. All right. So Mwandi, or somebody's asking me to say hello to Mwandi. Of course, I'm going to say hello to Mwandi. Now, for those that are following us here and you're wondering, how can you subscribe to our channel so that you can be a subscriber to the Elias Mushe channel and in that be part of the TV Bakwetu supporters? It's very important. So as the comments are coming on Facebook, you're going to see an icon that has blue with a heart on it. You can click there, and once you click there, you are going to be you're going to subscribe at a very, very ridiculously low rate. You know, it's almost like how much you would spend on a coffee. So that's the one. Okay, you click there, you become a subscriber. We want to have as many subscribers as possible. The reason why we want to have as many subscribers as possible is so that we can continue coming to you live and bringing you a perspective on the news. Now, TV Bakwetu is a perspective. That is what it is. It's not news. Because by the time we are coming on TV Bakwetu, you'll already have got news. Now, what we do here, we bring you a perspective. That is very important. Now, it is not just like a small perspective. It's a very huge perspective with lots of opinions and voices, okay? So today, I want to have a very frank discussion on a clique of thieves, what President Hakainde Hichilema said today at the airport. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to dissect it. The reason why we must dissect it is because we have a duty here on TV Bakwetu to simplify things, explain things, and put them in context, okay? That is our duty. So what we started many, many years ago, and so some of you think, no, no. What we started many, many years ago, we're going to continue, all right? We are not ending here. And so that is what we are going to do. So share with as many people as possible. I know that there is a blackout in Lusaka and several other parts of the country, but it doesn't matter. So share, and then let's have this very, very frank discussion. All right. Now, as we are having this frank discussion, we're going to be joined by our TV Wakweto crew, and then we are going to extend the discussion anyway. So let's just go to the first things first. Okay. First things first, very important. Okay. What budget 2022 has done. Okay. So since 1964, Zambia has had budgets. So what this new budget has done is it has done something very remarkable. If you are na londorola apa mwaranda ukoba yo munsha no before no kulondorola nshira pusho kulondorola mwala mfo wino na milondoro. If you watch the budget 2022 is something that has never been done before in the history of Zambia. Therefore mungu fuishe bueno sana. It's never been done before. This is the first time, okay? It's the first time in the sense that impia by UPND bashifumia kulusaka. Mamunefia lechtika mumia kashonzeshi impia abale esala okwa kutwala olupia bena lusaka. So ngakwaba budget jonse very fixed side kuisa in Lusaka. That is where the things used to happen. That's where the action was in Lusaka. Fionse Mikulusaka. That's where they used to be decided. In budget 2022, something changed. Fimofiarisa change. I think very changed sana by UPND. Instead ya kwebat nomba impia shonse vale shishira decide kulusaka. By UPND va change system. And how do they change that system? Vasenda olupia valufumia kulusaka elo vamulete la imuma constituencies okomudi. Therefore munkonke bueno sana. Right? Olupia valufumia kulusaka. Because if you're legislative avale sonta where rehabilitation will be, what you are going to work on and everything, vena lusaka. But the UPND government, the new Dawn administration, has changed that. Bafuniolupia kulusaka baluleta kuma constituencies. If ofwebena chuempala. What this means is kwako ine kuchuempala kule. Aba kulasala ama priorities yeso are not going to be people in Lusaka anymore. If we awena Lusaka fe bakachita bakatuletera fe olupia direct taro akashoka no kushoka yo lokesa fe straight bank account ya Chingola Municipal Council. Elo nomba ama ward development committees eva kala sonta how to spend that money. About 26 point chanyoko million kwacha. Imumpia shakale ishavena chiluba billion kwacha. 26 point something billion yaingila muchingola nango kumilenge. That is what is going to happen. So kansh ni fwetu wakula sonta Fueva muwadi atisanga na muchoso, na mukalanga, na mumukanga, na muniati, na mululamba street. Ni fwetu wakula sonto kwevati, the priorities that we have are the following. Elo nomba tuwasenda ruyolu pia, tuwaluchita direct kuma priorities. Number one. Secondly, olu pia ludiefi wakula bomba nifi. Aba kula ingire nchito, isha kubomfia ruyolu pia, a local people, by youth na wanamayo. So ngakwaba tikuchita constructor tukupanga, for example, Chawama Clinic. Mama na Chawama Clinic is one of the clinics here kobat nero na yumwaiche. Epo na afya riwe pa Chawama Clinic. Nomba, nero na yumwaiche. Yonze fi story ya pa Chawama Clinic ya kobati ifintu tafirondolo ka bueno. Chawama Clinic, ka clinic fyaka nono ka kobati ngakuka sova fe very easily. Nomba, umlandu wakobati sometimes mismanagement kulusaka mpia batuma shaluva munshila, shai mempia from Lusaka, shafika pakabwe, shadumbwila. You see, confusion. So no mefa chikavefi, impia shikesa, shonse shikesa parapen Pacific Center, kuchingola, parapen, epo shikesa mpia. Elo nomba, ifo fwe wako chuempala, ni fwe tukasonto kwa wat nomba kanshi pachawa mamutishani, kuleni pwefi, kuleni po mutenge, kuleni po clinic. Na aba kengire nchiso pare pa Chawama Clinic vena chingola vena chuempala vena maikudire avena chavanyama avena malemba na maiteneke eba kengira na vena chikola eba kengire nchito. If you bachitire mu budget 2022 if you ichinjishe ndifuna munkonke sana elo kukuchinja kwa perspective instead yako batati kulusaka elo nomba lusaka yambo kulafuwa yama priorities ichalo chonse no naba tumempie shiba haka yende hichilema naba mupela mwevo mwewe na chiwempara na ifo fwebe na mirenge naba tupe kumirenge kulia kuine kumushi kumirenge kwa chief Sokontwe na chief Mirambo eko batumine 26 billion kwacha mu account ya milenge ila ine boma ya baku milenge east 26 billion kwacha baume okay umuchalola mweka abena milenge abene fwenka fwetuina mushi fwenka fwetuina mushi ni fwetu wakulasara ukweba tife tuwala chitani finish mpia ife tuwala chitana finish ni fwetu kengisha na ma accountants fwebena mushi ni fwetu kengisha ma accountants ni fwetu kengisha ma contractors ni fwetu wakula kuchitafia wafuma kulwapula ai nobo na you know ne bot olefuma fepe bot waya ku cancel webera ni ba cancel ndangeni uko mutuwede mpia everything will be transparent. Chokanshi, for the first time in the history of Zambia, Obuteko. Remember, Obuteko chuma. Ichuma cha lonomba. File tuwalela ndati chuma chiri kulusaka. Ichuma na abatulete laba ichile. Laba UPND. If indela ndate kubati yo mkwa indela nda fiomulando wako bati nalimosha. No. If you ndela ndefi, chishinka cheka. If mu budget. Alolu piyo luna alufula ichako bati ba Bowman chilosha lusambo bali kwatako ka nickname nomba lero nshire fwayo ko bati mwene moko bati ndelanda tindesa baira no bali kwatako ka nickname nomba shalande ka nickname akako bakwata bamonolu piya luwafula ba Bowman lusambo bakana sana bati yo mkwai shafule shimpye mwitupera ifo fwebena kabushi efyalendele ba Bowman abati ulupio luluwafudisha. This is a lot of money tatuko ite capacity. Elo ba hichire mababe ba lusambo ko bati yomwisa kamana ijishine mpiesho mukabo mfia na government yakula myafuirisha ikamipera capacity. Kanshi kuliyo kusabaira abantu basabaira ko bati yo mkwai fyonse kuti twaichitira abo mbomo aome. Teine yo. Mwimona tiyo mkwai findera ndafe fiandi. No. President na bomba okuletolu every constituency development constituency development funds 26 million mumpia shakale 26 billion nashinge every constituency 156 constituencies yamoma districts yamo awe yala wina mwana some districts for example Lusaka district ama constituencies yanga 5 are they 5 constituencies chonse mpia shaisa Parapen Pacific Center avena Kitwe na ifo kuchingola 26 times 2 is about 50 billion between Nchanga and Chiwempala constituencies. Let's tramofio mumbo by calling it Chiwempala constituency, but it's Chingola constituency. 50 million kwacha between the two constituencies, and then the priorities are going to be divided. That is new. Beka mubepa yo. If you valid some previous governments, valid moko no constituency development funds kakobati bakula fie ka toilet. Ichimbo suchimo impia sharp. Nombe shishinge. Chokanshi tufuiro kubatotela. Mwana. We need to praise where praise is due. Apa ushitasha nishi mwana wandoshi. Ushitasha mwana wandoshi. Impia shosha isesho. Shaingira the entire Zambia. Not only Lusaka now. Imagine kumushi kumilenge, kumushi kusioma, kuliyua, kumushi kumwini lunga, kumushi mufumbwe kaoma, nakonde konse kudia na shifika ama 26 billion munjerere kondefo kubumfimpia shakale noti shisha basata ndefo kubumfisha bachiro 26 billion. Nechalo, you know, nafira baranda wealth in the country. Yamba no kumfuika. Bonse bambo kununsha ko wealth ya ko batimpia shiri kuisa shiri mu account. Kanshi nangu na ulala mugwali yatsanga. You sleep very peacefully because as you are sleeping in pia shiri kuisa, it's in the account for the people of Zambia. Ain. nomba kanshi bakabwalala abebira kuisa kulusaka pantu bakabwalala bengi bebira kuisa kulusaka n'abafulu w'ekipeshamano n'ab'emyenkondo n'empika tafiweme iyo abati iwe hakainde hichilema ndi UPND, how can you do this? Abati we have no capacity. Ekaindebere alabane kange PF mufwayo kwa decentralization. Decentralization simply means abantu abena chiwempala eba lesala where to direct the money. That's decentralization. No kuiteka. That's what it means. Tamulelo lelo mwina lusako kuisa misontela pa kukumba ichimbusu. No, apa kuimbe ichimbusu. Mwebe ne mwenka. Gamwayona wera. Nimo mwayona wera mweka. So nomba abena lusaka bapompwe mwebo. Kulusako kwafula bapompwe abena. Na abafulu echipeshamano. Abati shinda na manga mwashite kerefya kuno kuine kulusaka pakowa tuka seshani. Tukebe. Nabafulwa. But this is a new way of governing ichalo. Okubulolu pia ichuma cha chalo no kuchitwala kuma constituencies. Okutupela fueka okweba tuseshani tuyona wire. Noti bali abalipo abalesende chuma kubantu. Mulemfwa, this is a very different perspective. Bali abalipo baleisa kuchiwempala mukuiba. Uyuamba okuteka alelete chuma kuchiwempala. Mumone difference ilipo. Bali abalipo baleisa mukuiba. Okuibira abantu. Abalipo balulete olupia. Echo kanshimu as parliament na tumfuati you are debating this budget. Muikatana kuchani yo. Aleni tupele ni fuebena chiwempala. In fact no kulunda mulundepo. So muikatana kuchani yo. Let that money, release that money. Let that money come in our coffers. Along Kabundi Road, Civic Center. Town clerk alechitanga amona fie asango kwa there is CDF, Constituency Development Funds. Eposhiti. Noti everyone must go kulusaka. Also muntu kanwaya kulusaka. Even ka very wonderful team, Chingola TV choir. Ndarebe pshaba iche bandi chebelimo ba iche. What's going on? Bebere pakova fiat no mpange kolupia. No matter how popular you are, for you to make a little money to live, kanumuli kulusaka. Bahaka inde ichilema bali sarode shapo hapo bebere. No. Let's take this money where? To the people. Kanshi. What the UPND government has done is to bring the money to the people. Tapali na kapatulu lapa. Baichile mangabale fuaya. Ngafilefi ya rimu biuten. Ngabali sala ndafeko batu ulupia na ala tumakuisa kubwengwa. No. Bebere tuwala lubulo ulupia. No kwa kanya pakati. No kulusaba nkanya across the country. Kanshi abalozi na abapokerero ulupia. Na ifafueba ushikumirenge na tupokerero ulupia. Abena muanga na bobe na abena muanga kumushikumwabo olupia na luingira mwebo. Ero tabalabire ko nabena chipata na bobe na abena chipata bare sabaira filafini abena Dickson Jere mukusabaira kwabo nabo aga inde habapa kanshin pia na shisalangana ichalo chonse the entire country without discrimination at yo mkwaika no mutunduyu no fair. You are a constituency. At yes, we are a constituency. 25 billion kwacha. Muncherere kupako of a billion. Ninjishawa.com tamwachite understand. You know, nisata wafumishe kwa maziro ya tatukunda lama. Otherwise, in lama shari kwa ta extra zeros number. So kanshi bonse fie, you know, all over. Money is all over. In other words, there will be money. In this case, takwa fia tulu pia ludi fie kumakadas. You know, if you are kanda ya bulio uteko bombi. Impia shari fie kumakadas. Vare shibi la kulusaka. Ero nomba wapera. Aba no. Inonshita. Impia bashifunia kulusaka wa haka inde. Ero nomba basabanka nye chalo chonse. Pako watu isteshani. Tuikare wino. Tuleria wino. Tusalule. To salule, so that my priorities are finished. So I think I've clarified a little bit about what is happening with CDF. I've clarified a little bit there. Now, I need to also talk about something else. If you allege kamuli ubu teko wariko, pantula lava buango, mama, ichakukonka olubiro no byochikonke olubiro ifyala ekitika mu buteeko bwaliko nomba ndefwe okuba extremely frank naimwe mwe bantu beso mwebe na zambi ifyala eteeka balungu ichalo tefye bateeka echalo iyo ino twalela ndefi twale moneka kwana kali mutulesa bairafe kwa tutuleba shupa fye balungu valisaleta ichimfulungania akavundula nolupato mchalo nomba mweba bemba banandiringi tatumona naba kuchipata tatwale mona icho tatwale mwena nicho system yari chitirikona kalimo yatu chita favor so tatwale mona iyo nomba ubuteeko bwa balungu alabwali lufyenye big time efa munkonke bwino sana ife bwalufyanishishe nifi muri balungu ngachakutila ishi nalyobe lyafuma ku southern western and northwestern province inchito shalepwa nomba ile pamo ngomwaoshi I can't see it pantu bwali buteeko bwesu ayi ngoli mwina amanso mwina mirenge au mwantu tupoto fulu so kulaba sometimes because of that taulemona ifile chitika nomba those that are honest abale bomba mu buteeko ama doctors ama nurses ama teachers they will tell you ukwebat aba nabo bale batamfie nchito on the basis of the name. It was so basic that ngabamona fieshina. You see, tabari is a deeper investigation. No. So for example, garaptila, oaupo kumubemba, ngabamona fieshina, they are okay. But it was extremely sad. Our fellow citizens in Zambia, they lost jobs. Simple government job. It's not even big. Simple government job. They were excluded on the basis of their names. You know it's Zambia. This is not strange. We are not making this thing up. You know it. A medical doctor. They retire a medical doctor in national interest per UTH. So never munkonke wino pantu tamule nkonka iyo. Never munkonke a medical doctor inchito yapo. That was sad. That was tribalism. That did not help unify our country. Mukapokola, mumasoja. Na muri buticha afye. Everywhere. Now that is one aspect. The other aspect was ngabanunsha afyokwebati you're not even sympathetic. Bayama wandinebo kamulondo lwere. Bantu mwana kwana kalimo ine I've just been opposition. No. My family has been PF. So let me tell you a story. So first of all, that is about tribe, how they were retired in national interest. So and they even abused what national interest is. What is national interest? When they retire in national interest, Mubuteko mwaliba several classes of workers, right? Several classes of workers. Abama classes of workers, you can't fire them easily because they've been protected by employment codes. Okay, move. Number, if for example, Kateka lefo yukuchita appoint a permanent secretary, Elo number akusanga as a protected civil servant. Bakoba takupange permanent secretary, takwaba direct, tetuime fiat you are a civil servant to have a permanent secretary. That is not how our system works. In our system, garaptula ni civil servant, elo number ulefo kuba permanent secretary, mbale, ofwire waba retired as a civil servant, mbale. You are either retired or I leave or something. Elo number kateka kupela is a permanent secretary position, which is known as a political position, na contract vakupela. Number, in order to make it fair, Because ngoli ordinary civil servant, you are protected. You are protected. Nomba kateka ngaisa kusonda nomba uwe permanent secretary. First of all, you need to be retired in national interest. National interest means kateka le kufua yokoba ati uchiteshane akupele contract yaku bombele chalo at a different level. So in order for you to do that in Bale, bala kuchita retire, bakupela ma benefits yobe ayabu civil servant. Bakwati limo mairo kateka ngachinja mano. Contract ya yapo yabo permanent secretary. Tauchuli de. Emo chalo loko ba national interest. No mbefi chitika anda ba lungu. Bale chitafi ota batemenwe, particularly mitundu shimbi kukutamfia in national interest inchito yafwa. Nama benefits ba kutana. Ati baka kupela disa ngafia londoloka kuntanshi mu 2030. Efya chitika. So number issue yako what national interest shani uko people's interest, public interest shani uko fama interest fiafula bamba fyokula tamfia abantu bare tamfia ero abenge abo batamfishe. They were our brothers and sisters from the Zambezi provinces, our fellow Zambians. But there were also other who were misunderstood, like my own uncle Kumirenge. He was DC. He was DC. He was PF, strong PF. Bayama bale bomba Kumirenge in the office, bale bomba in the office Kumirenge. Ero nomba kwa saisa some citizens mu office bayingira ma nimwe bane ninebo kanto. Ogwisa umfofiat bayama tabeshwe no kwishiba who these people are. Kenge, you are a DC. You are supposed to receive citizens. Kanshi, those people were UPND. Within a few days, you're going to yapwa. So there are several people that were retired, whose jobs were ended by the previous regime. No further investigation, like my uncle. There was no further investigation. And if you why at wale posha some people in your office, how can you be greeting UPND members? That is what was happening in Milenge. He was retired. Or he had his contract terminated or something like that. When the new Dawn came into office, they said, if you were retired on the basis of your tribe, for no reason, you can come back. I don't think there is any other big decision that can ever be made than redressing what was unfair. Ngachakutireshi nariobe lyachitonga. Ero nombubu teko bwalipo bwali kutamfia omulandu weshi nariobe. Tata bwela. Efe ba akainde hichiri mabalandire. Mayo bwela. So wombele chalo chove pantu nove wine chalo chove. That is what happened. Na secular number 9 there is a secular right now that has been circulated by cabinet office. If you were retired in national interest, you are welcome to come back. That's the way that has gone on. Why should they come back? They should come back because they were fired. Imagine, civil servant teacher, nangu doctor, batamfia mulandu mutonga, batamfia mulandu nikaonde, batamfia mulandu mulozi, batamfia mulandu mulamba, batamfia mulandu ni lubale, nangu lunda, nangu kachokwe batamfia. Obubutekwa buti yo mkwai kanshi bose imwe tualafu airisha tutumineni kalata mutulondorere fyachitike ngatapali reason yaku webati nchito ipwe. In our country, our citizens, civil servants are protected. It's not easy to fire a civil servant. Apashiri mulandu, it's impossible. Now, tatula yakuma top civil servants and political appointees like PSS. Number a teacher. Takuwa bafe waibuka fiolu chero to teacher na tamfia. Takuwa banangumu soldier. Even a soldier, like a soldier, a corporal or a colonel, I think I'm a political appointees varava kupantage but takwava tamwaishvaini takwava fyoko kateka engesa fyataisa ngakuingishenjito nishchapwa kanonga kuli grounds for you to be dismissed discipline nayo discipline takwava fyatu walufyanya chapwa no kuvire kwava several steps vatambo vaisho kuchita correct taurechita ero nomba vasa kutamve fine takwava fyati kateka avo katatamfyenjito there is nothing like that. If you do that, you are entitled to kulipira ulio muntu oma terminal benefits na fyonsa until their age of retirement. So, this government is saying those people who were protected by that system, because by law, we are still supposed to be paying them anyway, so why not let them come back? Nabo bomfu ati chilumba chalo chao. Nabo bomfu amanone. And it's not that they're asking a lot of money, because in the civil service, there isn't a lot of money. Nomba kweba at bale teka, no mutima, bale bomba no mutima free, chalo chao. Nangu nikaka ladi kikariku isoko, nikuiza, kokot, judiciary, niwe court clerk. Kapoto, you need to feel proud that you are a citizen of this country. That is what it means when we say one Zambia, one nation. It was never meant to go at number a certain section of people. No. Ilio new doni yaishi. Twaireva kateka. Na panope ne panan kana. Mule ibukisha wino wino. Twari misheri yashina kateka. Atuti we kateka. Aleva tamfye dombaba bonse aba ngoba tamfye. Isn't it President Hichilema who said no? Isn't it him who told us, I'm being methodical? Nshire efuwayo okuweke sharp wefya chitire balungu. Tefe bahichire mabalanda. Ni futu wale vebo kubatela fitamfye efe fyonse. Ati tamfya. Abati no. Omulandu wakubati mutima wabo usuma. Mwali balesa muli mwebo. Tantu nganine nganali paso mushoku pasa na pasa tuabe pushati ngaimwe nishita mule bashira abati yo ngana pasa nishi am I not even worse than ujawaleteka uwatamfisha abantu on the basis of their tribe nchachite chocho mulefu ayabane ukutukani na fuego ukutukani na kuli bakateka atu numba mona kateka mona abantu babini bangwa no nala basunga contracting yapo nishi yapo garaturo muntu wali rufyanya to alafu airisha ebo to akula tamfya nomba nsha tamfya abantu kefilongo ale tamfya iyo and true to the word na lero linenga mwaya mu offices mwala basanga abantu beso abo balungu bashire ma permanent secretaries ma directors na lelo line mwelo nama DC staba batamfya yo babeba fyatika bien pesa pa live in this our country with this great gentleman president atuti mona ebere no atukanina ebere no ni merit paria ababene aba ngalakutsira paria abakwete merit balateka na ine nomba chala abashani ain that's why we need to be very careful tatufiro kunyantiriro muntu neri wareteka bwino yo awe nomba mwamona sometimes indoshi efeshaba alendoshi kuti waliba bwino we muntu indoshi nomba tashire kampa kashai paya mpaka pakofwe mbare gofwe elo nomba shalo anabana shalo anabeshukuru shalo anafyonse bantu yugateka alifye bwino eberawo barekeni twa musontera you know at barekeni kumeniso veo twebere uyu muntu uyu malama mungo awa PF bale ibananko ati yo nchirinde chita it's okay nchirefwa yuko chita knee-jerk reaction iyo I'm investigating, I know what I'm doing, let's just continue building national unity That is the message that is coming from the president. Let us continue building national unity. That system here alipoya only 4 provinces. By 4 provinces, what he means is Luapula, Muchinga, Northern, and Eastern. Ija system alipoya fiati ministry shani. It was not right. It was wrong. But I'm not going to suddenly change the things. In the meantime, as we are transitioning, abali bwino nkabasonga, abali fokuya bakaya, abo tukasanga omulandu tukabekata. That's how he's doing it. Mukabinet every nana basonta bonse fie from all the provinces. Luapula has no UPND MP. What did he do? Aya sonta bakapala. Bakapala. Abe nangumbo nangwifia pala kwefu. Tetube shuvalima. He's a minister. Chipoka Mulenga of Chiwempala. He's a minister. Ababemba bonse mubadi. Abena chipate mubadi. Abaloze mubadi. It's a very well balanced cabinet. Now mipela a certain history, because if they fight kulondolola pandu ngatatule londolola obufi bukaba spread so nomba kanje funa chitambira kuli CDF okuleto olupia kuma consequences one elo mana londolola ko pano about the issue of if you are under the PF. If you mwai shiba, you can't say that mufishi if mwai fishiba mwe if you are now. It's not just about PSS. Now, let's look at the diplomatic corps. The diplomatic corps still remains predominantly patriotic front. So you go and say, we should wish if you take a US or the PF body viringana. I know what I'm doing. Now, he knows, but he's trying to appeal to our good nature, to our good spirit, so that we can embrace a new way of doing our country, a new way of our country. No, but sometimes nangube bueno shan. It's not just about if you waliba bueno. Chabange chupo. Tetunanda pantu na aliba bueno ni shonse fika wafe bueno. Iwenga waliba bueno ni shina na partner obenga aliba bueno fia bombe fina. Nangube bueno shan partner obenga taba bueno ni shifia pena. So number alifia bueno imundu. So he lands at the airport today. And the question that is asked, now, I want you to follow me very well. From a Diamond News person, why are you reinstating people that were fired in national interest? Journalist Okobati, isn't it tribalism? I want that to sink in a little bit. Isn't it tribalism? Now, you are asking a president who has maintained the same infrastructure of the Patriotic Front, with Patriotic Front personnel in government, in top government positions. It's that personnel. The same personnel are extremely arrogant against our people. Lelo afiko muntu, that's the first question. Ngachinshi olechitra reinstate ababantu abo ba PF batamfishe. Is that a fair question? I want you to reason with me for a little bit. Is that a fair question? Alabantu tabatasha. Mamono wafia. Indo shita yo. That's why the mo pasafie. Naku perensambu. Kanavesa, pasenifie. Look at all this. Very methodical. Mwatsafi respond to this nombendoshi, they capture that, and now they begin using it to paint you wrongly. The same gentleman who has balanced the cabinet, the same gentleman who has kept intact, very intact. Batam Viafi no. Out of 100 or 200 PSS, Batam Viafi kachinga 20 PSS. No, sonta replacements. Otherwise, the entire structure is still there. Imamwema civil servants ababemba PSS. Please come out in the open and speak. Then if you're very open, people that want to use tribe to divide this country are still there. You cannot let this situation continue like this. You are still there in government. Temo Mudi, Vice President's office, Tebabemba, Minister of Health, I'm a PSS, Tebabemba, I'm acting PSS, Tebabemba. Number, balandi de fyokobati, badiabata amfishe ba PF, umulandu wa mutundu. They can ask to come back to serve their country. Is that tribalism? I want you to tell me. No, agitendo. Ni finshi if you ala teka shan. Tapashide alofiania. Afi pasefiain. No. We have now bought into what is happening. We are convinced that Zambia is on the right trajectory. And we are convinced that taking the more cautious approach that was taken is the right thing to do to keep the unity of our country. But if our fellow Bemba citizens are unwilling to stand up very, very faithfully to the unity of this country and call out the nonsense, then that's trouble. That's trouble. They need to stand up and call out the nonsense. And the reason why I'm saying our fellow Bemba citizens is because they are the ones that they want to begin using. Those that are still in the civil service, in the senior civil service. You tell us. Why do you still have jobs today? You have jobs because Ababa Kateka, Barisa is with a very cautious attitude against the advice of many of us. Even for to have paseni. From the time it was no. If to paseni, no. Ababantu. I can't know exactly who is innocent and who is not innocent. In the meantime, let them work to catch the kuntansh. Mama mulandire niko, bantu bambo kumukoma. Bambo kukoma, tabakwa takasuma babantu aba. Tabakwa takasuma, mpaka, but they want to come back. Eno numbasa landa ko tumotu mashuwe bere kwena na chimilondoro about CDF. Abena Lusaka system yamu Lusaka. Ain system yabu mo yakubat Mulusaka. Eya ba embedded in Lusaka. It's been embedded since 1964. Elo balando ko wat kalia ka clique kalia. Akabu mo kalia. Tabachando ko wat gonsa bare teka Mulusaka nibaka bwalala. No. What he say does kalia ka clique. Kachiri kale fuyo kukonka nyapo kuiva. Elo balando ko watgareka click nakafurwa ichipeshama. And it's true. Nakafurwa mulandu impia na shia kucharo. Elo secondly, nakafurwa mulandu wako wati ya confusion, ide bale chita anticipate that ikesa tapari yo. But if it's true, UPND members what's going on? But kuriko karia kakobati kariko karia shikeshi bebu batepo. So, for those thieves, take it easy. If you were part of the establishment of thieving from 1964, it's a very deeply buried system. It's completely buried. From 1964. That's when the Mobile vamo bene, abantu mu MMT vamo bene, abayisa mu PF vamo bene. Even in UPND, they were almost defecting. Quite a few kubakanyako. You know, the UPND member, ordinary members, Vadisa Vunduka, Okuya Party Secretariat, what's going on? Otherwise, you know, Shtanga Nava Chinjakale. They want to still continue. Kateka evere no, Kadeka clique Kaya, Alabane take any kongare. Let me see what's going on first. Number careful. At Mutundu Batukire. Tapari Tukiro Muvemba. Tapari Tukiro Mina Chipata. Uyukateka abang muntu wa pataba bemba inonstangali bapasa in the civil service. Panto alikuwa tensambo. PSS save at the pleasure of the president. Nganinenga na ingire fienje vede na pasa. No. Atamfi chefe 20. Ama PSS vamo. Aba dubious like DMMU. Nabambi pa minister of otherwise concefi they are there and abadi febwino vamwabona mwene you know the PF appointees very good people like vamwansaba the vice president PS excellent gentleman professional bakalumba professional efyo kateka landiro ko bataba bantu aba mwali ko abantu abadi febwino. So kanchi nomba tuifichita confused. Echo imwe vamwanza ku vice na kokonse balandireni ko bakateka balandireni ko boss wenu. So nomba there is a lot of love. Nomba bebere iwe journalist tuanjipsha shani question. Emofia chilola. Nomba kwa liba muba Mr. Botswana. Mr. Botswana. Aba ibe mpia ku Botswana. Baya kerenka mwebo. Kaile kerenka ku Botswana bakatamfia. Ero nomba kaisa mukuvuata kulusaka. Na ifo tusumine. Iyo bane. As long as revolution daira bueno, we are still on it. We can't abandon it along the way. Ama consensus, yes, it's true, we had consensus. We had consensus ukubata babonsaba mwalekerera ukubata bakonkanye pokuteka tachawame. Nomba kateka umwinarandira tiyo chirife bane let me build national unit. Nomba mulama numukuchita build national unit bachiri bale mukoma. Bachiri bale koma. Taba kwata kasuma. Anyway, fiala chitika nomba line imwe bakabwala bala mikata. Obungo bukerenka. Na imwe temuku bonfia lusaka to steal from the poor people of Zambia. Your time has come. Olupiero dia mwaiba mwafokotolo olupiero mwaya chita distribute katushinga nikuisoko kuba ngoba neno. Na fipwa. Olupia nomba ludi kuchwempala. Eko ni olupia. If you want money, where do you go? Chwempala. If you want money, where do you go? Milenge. If you want money, where do you go? Liua and Sioma and Mwandi. That's where you go. If your government ya chinja, like the team if you say, not everything is together, but akakena kanaka chinja, it has upset a lot of things. Anyway, nalanda sana, namatea kama mukulanda landa. Tuleke ati omkwaipa tuateka nomba tuleke iyo kuteka kulo mfuika bueno kwa manone manone eka tule salula. You know, it's not that we have money or anything. No, tule mfuafi bueno ati tulete kanemfwe. So kula wako kareka joy akakubati, you know, our government is governing. Ero no kuteka bueno sana, you know, CDF uko bafuita bahaka inde hichirema na bafuita okufuitira abekaracha 25 million 50 million. Some constituencies a lot of money. By youth they will have jobs, a lot of jobs, you know, all over the country. 30,000 teachers, 11,000 health workers. No, but what else do you need? From 1964 muibafie iyogani aga inde muaume akomako. Atstashani akomako. utirotuma loopholes tudia shut kanshimpia ngashayalubira kuchingola nechitwaisho atave vakwiza vakuchingola mukutupera natupera mwe imwe atipasa uyu muntu I shouldn't speak nyanja because mulambwena mo mulanseka but kutipasa atipasa mwe impia jena nashingira the entire country kutitwa mubepesha akufimbi kumpia kwena tetu mubepesha kutwa mubepesha akufimbi tribalism yena tetu mubepesha no because ine na desire bantu mumonati yo because we played such a role as TV and we are extremely humbled of the role we played as TV bakwetu very humbled. If we did not even think that Yom Kwa, it was a very big role. It was a very small role we played, but we played it anyway. We wanted change because if you take a balungo, take chalo yo. Chimtengo Forest Viva, Forest 27 Viva, Impiasha Chalo Viva, Faith Musonda 65 million Vamupa. Would kobudia wampere, ngafumishe kwiso ulupia 65 million mwe. Turifipuba. Amano fye simple aya kuchiwe mpala kuti wamuno ko batu muntu teta kwate 65 million wakwate shani 65 million eyo balefuwa yo ukuchingirira ile 65 million abena lusaka no lekene abantu yawe bena chiwe mpala nabo bomfwe kwa manone basalule impia shingire kuchabanyama na kutuwatasha parapeni patuwatasha market shingire na ifu tumfwe kwa manone kirafine mwale umfuo ko kulusaka ne mfwe tulefo ku mfuako amanone kuchingola kuchuwe mpala kuchabanyama kumaiteneke na kululamba evo chifire chao yeah I want okay so let me follow some of the questions here. Livingston watching, thank you. Dr. Elias Musha, how can I connect live broadcast? Okay, so here is the link. You can come on. Atitabatushupe. How mgwaita batushupe? Why? I love your show. Thank you. Yeah. Dr. Musha, please, tunimbo tuakale, please. Ngamwate mwanalesa imisoshe ale mposapo. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. But by 1.8 bazatu shupa mwande. 1.8 barefu kushupa. No, bara to shupa jan. We are here. We are here to defend this revolution. This is our revolution. To be very clear, it's not just about President Hakainde Hichilema. This is about our revolution against the thieves, the tribalists, confused characters who destroyed our country. We are as passionate now as we were. Tapadiat Yumkwa, it's not a campaign period. For us on TV, it's campaign period every day. We are campaigning. So if thieves want to regroup and rebrand themselves, why should we let them? Bakese mkuiba, bakese mkuchita mismanage chalo, bakese mkuleta the same tribalism again. No. So we need to put you on notice, Bakerenga, that we are not going anywhere. This brand is not going anywhere. TV Bakwetu is not going anywhere. It's on you. Okay, to the caption, I can't get over it. You can't get over it, eh? When are we going to completely wipe out the cliques when we are so low in slow? Yeah, I think that's the. But you see, I think he had a good idea. The idea was I shouldn't act knee-jerk reaction like the way the Lungu thing was doing. I mean, Lungu bena as long as ishina lyobe yabatonga, you are gone. This is not what is happening under the new dawn. Under the new dawn, we have first imbone wino fichtika. But let me see how things go. And today, we still have the same guys. But I'm sure you have no 20, but the other 200 are still there. Diplomatic service, they're still there. No ku UK. Abantu besu batuma bebere batumina embassy mwe embassy arentwa to perenico information about our gateka ati kui who are you? The same arrogance here PF under Lungu. It's the same arrogance that was still there. But we've got a very wise leader. Right? And he's trying to bring the nation together. And in trying to bring the nation together, he needs our support to really share. As one country, we are not going to relent on this. We are one country. We are one people. Completely one people. And nobody is going to divide us. We say no to division. And if this division wants to regroup itself, it will find us united, one people, fighting against them. Oh yes, we will fight them. We defeated them in 2021. We will defeat them again. Anso sana, we will defeat them. That's what it is there for. Evil is there to defeat it, not to succumb to it. No. Twebe TV. Someone is advertising their own TV. Twebe TV could be the answer. Follow us on Facebook. What are you looking? Mwaisa mukuchita advertise. Imwe aba nenu mwaisa mukuchita advertise. Mwaisa mukuchita advertise. Nawe tefe chava. Bane. Imwe Twebe TV. Limonga wazanga abantu barete tekuya mukulete mwechimfulunganya ati follow us. If we've built this following over years. But anyway, mweba lefwa kuliko ati Twebe TV for perfect news. Our winner my elections ever take a channel. It's true. Yeah. And I think it's getting there. The UPND is governing and the UPND will govern this country. Absolutely. Vachirufia.
Mulisha.
There is a clique of thieves. Namumfwa.
Ningufwa. And Dibamusha. I think the word clique yachufulunganya abantu. Yachufulunganya. Lulu wakupoka ma certificate nikuka mwala. Timwasa ishwa the word clique for meaning ile. Bamusha, clique meaning a certain group of people. They won't say takwachi wa mutundu, takwachi benshi, and it's true. Twalibeshi batetuwelumbuli amashina. They've been there from 1964. Muli kaunda basayisa mu MMD, basayisa mu PF, na UPND kuingira, but not wakanyina. Because ile clique bamusha, even where they are drug barons, mufialo nokati fialo mwali wa drugs na ngoma criminals, ela teke chalo, ela sponsor na ma presidents. No, but now papa na feel apa. Because once take away support, I think with the exception of Kaunda, bali kweta ma clique ya bakavola na bale ba sponsor. And those cliques continued ruling each other. No, but panachi wa pesha mano na feel kurulinga. So clique tapachiva tribalism panya tabalumbule position ya muntu but twalina eshiba ifwe tetubalumbule just like ulya wafaire okuiba 400,000 pullers ku Botswana abutuka aisa ku Zambia toli mwishiba alefana okuteeka kabolala
imweta mule mulumbula ina ishina lyakwe ni Sean Botswana 0
bamusha efwachitira oyu muntu ba government bachita advertise tender tulefu okuyishiba efu amaswana zibale kolera sana na chiwuku tawale bomba nokubomba umumendo ati ine alikwata software system tina nami pela answers ba government now but okay you 400,000 puller which is a lot of money in 2017
aiba
babu pela kuna na front payment ya 100,000 puller catch to we trust you because you're an auditor, you're an ACCA guy, you're a profession, you abide to ethical and professional code of conduct. So bamusha bampera omuntu icho ero achita nyama donko achita present report kanshi pali professor wapa University of Botswana uwaishibe ero achita wiso bro mweba government uyo muntu yo nikabolala we wafuma ku Zambia ulya Sean 0 kabolala Botswana nikabolala oyo. The story was published in the newspaper, in the Botswana newspaper, as a whistleblower. So by Sean Velo Gusamwa, by Amuchitasu for libel or defamation of character. Okay, but judge now what they can do for you Mulandu Wava Sean 0 suing a whistleblower, a professor at the university, a researcher. I remember about Peter more evidence and everything. Mulandu Wapi Bakwetu. The judge number tampokula sa Sean 0. Atamala po 55. How come the ministry tahaishibe 55? This matter needs to be investigated. So I should recommend that if you look what referred to, if you're talking about Zambia anti-corruption, Nanguma debt, it should be further investigated, and this person needs to be prosecuted. There is a judgment here from Sean 0 batampa no kulongefe. Efo bayisala company ku Botswana tabali pia ama wekaze ama wages yabo efo babutikira ku Zambia balefa nombo kuba politician. So how many times are we gonna experiment lungu similar situation aidenda mashaka wa wido kwa mpela mu president notice the big Sean 0 now kabora na wako Botswana. I rest my peace
mwakana sa iyo Sean 0 ngole tamba teine ina innocent abarangira ati niweka bwarara ni bachirofia teineyo ine am innocent ba Patrick Chirofia eba kuitire we Sean 0 ati niwe Sean Botswana 0 tembo
ero bamuchero namuipuishe pa page yako pa Facebook iwe Sean londolola kuchalo ifi achitiko ku Botswana ali insta block ni chantire block.
Yeah, I think that's what that's what the president was meaning. There is a clique. There is a clique of thieves. Allah, tule pita mumbari, tule shoka. If it is simple, but there is a clique of thieves.
Hello, Musha. I think Sean must have eaten some money from that clique. But careful, Elio now, it's a fully sana chakobati. Is similar to that clique because whatever clique badi bakabolala now nikabolala because you umuntu lepoka 100,000 pula indala mashaba shona taxpayers money IHTFia so unprofessional. The judge was saying this was so unethical. Shai shanga ba ACCA ngatabayishiba because if by ACCA ngabayishibe because by ACCA which I'm part of badi kwatama code of ethics. Just like mobile lawyer Bamusha. Professional code of ethics and conduct. Ngabali sheba ACC ngabali mufunyapo.
Yeah, if I got fair chiramumwe, ama ethics yeso.
No, by ACC tapa whatever. I think in the ministry ya ku Botswana ngali still report ko ACCA. Ngabali mufunyapo by now.
Okay. awunshirenda muka bebe. I think umuntu anyway.
But surely Zero Musha shouldn't even get closer to the corridor of power. We've experimented a lot and we've seen the results.
But he was almost, remember, he was part of the alliance.
It's good riddance, Mamusha. It's a blessing in disguise. Sean Zero, Mr. CO2, Chidumbo Kapompa Salad per market. All those, imagine Nani Chidumbo would have been a vice president. Mr. CO2 would have been a vice president. Sean Zero maybe would have been a finance minister. Can you believe it?
And now what we
have is Barishuka sana because he would have had problems. Imagine working with Mr. CO2. Nangwachi Dumbo Market as a VIP.
Yeah. Anyway, young figure. Bahimba. Bahimba pomudi. Kulika clique kuno nika clique inshimuliko. Bahimba na muchita your mic is muted. This TV Vakwetu, Lorraine Bahimba, this TV Vakwetu, you click and become a subscriber. We have 46 subscribers now. We want to have as many subscribers as possible. We want to have 100, 200, and 1,000 subscribers. So Tinike Nipo and become a subscriber of TV Vakwetu, because that's what we want to do. Therefore, when we are beginning to correct things in Zambia, at least Nishna we know what we are doing. Eh? So Alenivane, become a subscriber of TV Vakwetu, click Karemoneka Filiaso Nakamtima Packet. It's blue in color icon on the comments. Click that thing and then become a subscriber. Okay? That's what we want to do. Bachirufia is a subscriber. Bahimba Malambo is a subscriber. You know, that's, and for a very small fee, diaspora, it's just the money that you spend on coffee. So, imoba diaspora, leni, tulange nyubu kaliwenu, no kuchita subscribe. Bahimba Malambo, alena kulandentu.
Bachirufia, ili ashiria, bamusha ili ashile ili alelo konkanya fya chanda ba president lelo achisungu fye bakateka tapai nopo balufye nye palia and tapali nefye balufye nye chisungu fye chachi babantu kainge if you want to find the wrong in somebody whatever they say you are going to say something wrong palia chisungu chifye straightforward no mbapantu I mean if somebody wants to find a fault in anybody whatever you say people will interpret it in a different way. But the president spoke very well. The president was very clear, and that's why the president can impishing my education. You got favoring to Casambiri Sungero today unkwenga balando. In the near future, and these Gava president and I think let us have an interpretation. Somebody to interpret. Na budget to interpret for everyone to understand Bamunsha. Eka number 1. Aka number 2 Bamunsha. Mairona lichero kuingira pa program. Elo vale Twitter. I think ba moderator vale ita mwe baliko ku meeting. Mwe ba meeting. And the moderator inena shana aliko busy, so I couldn't come. And I owe her an apology. But one thing I would love to clarify that because those really people expected me to give a briefing on behalf of whatever happened on Vakwet, on behalf of Vakwet. But I want to make it clear that really my invitation card was not under Vakwet. So I can't really speak and brief the Vakwet what really happened there. It was under the UPND club. That was my invitation card, and I was literally representing the UPND club. I'm a full member of that club as well. I'm a fully committed member of that club. So my invitation was from there, and that's where I could maybe do a briefing when it came to the meeting of the president. So vamusha twalabwera twise tubandaba maziro.
Eoko ena mwanditi yashitiya maziro yashupa. Vamoris bwalya. Oh, you are muted, Mwebena Cape Town.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how's it, guys? Mshani won't say.
Tulife bwino. Impia.
Yeah.
Vamoris bwalya. Lekeni miebe ko face before. Before tam Vamoris bwalya in budget 2022. Naba tufuitire mpia ifo ebena choempala. 26 million in our account. Choempala. Something that has never been done in the history of our country. 26 billion kwacha in our account.
Never. And you know what? I was when I saw Boman Lusambo on movie TV saying, "No, we will never be able to handle this money," and then I'm like, "Mr. 2 million, come on." There are so many intelligent. There are so many intelligent people who can be able to handle that money. Not just because if you can't handle the money, then Nishini won't say, come on, Bowman, easy. I think if you're feeling that you know, these guys, they just want the money in Lusaka so that you know, they can do some kickbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then yes.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Well, just maybe out of topic a little bit. I heard the president when he was in Kuma Western Ukubairoku. He said, you know, he had many people complaining about, you know, wearing the gloves, meaning firing more people. So he mentioned something like, you know, he was committed. You know, he had too much on his plate. Like if you have a budget, Shani. So you know. It sounded more like I think he's gonna come back again, you know, with the white gloves, because you know, yeah. So you know, the moment when he said, you know, one of you can be an ambassador here. So I'm like, Twala Monako white gloves again. Anyway, coming back to the CDF, you know, that is so impressive. You know, I've never heard something like that before. Yeah, you did well. You did well, Musha, to you know to fight and everyone, you know, having if you were Patrick and many other people, even us here in Cape Town, we were pushing. But yeah, we believed in Barry. I have a question, Musha. Party the CDF area. Yeah, because okay, Shai Shiva, I don't really know how they you know how they handle that money, Panshiparia, especially what 25 million. How are they going to who will be eligible to get this money? Is it you need to be in groups, or an individual can also apply for this money? Can write a proposal to get this money?
There is literally a lot that we don't know about how this money is going to be distributed. There's a lot of changes to legislation that has got to take place. And I suspect they are trying to link. So previously, CDF used to sit in the council's account and then connected by ward development committees. They come together under the city council and then they distribute it. It was very small money, 1.6 million. So now that it's 26 million, I think they're going to have to create the infrastructure for it. And creating this infrastructure means more jobs and a lot more.
Yeah.
And more local jobs. You see, it's not just about jobs in Lusaka, but jobs around the country as well. So I won't say Mwema accountants, Utma accountants, Nefma accountants. Won't say you're going to be very, very happy by accountant. Bookkeeper, engineers. Imwema engineers are going to be very exciting. Project managers, Naba lawyer, because in Zambia we have so many lawyers that are unemployed. So in won't say a lawyer, you need to be there to see, you know, you be legal officers of this money. So Kanshi, it is translating into very, very good things. Kanshi Milenge Arabani town.
Yeah.
But 26 billion kwacha in Milenge. Not that 26 million at Lusaka. No, it's in Milenge. Kumilenge kulya kwine kumilenge. 26 million. Kanshi it will be a town, it will be a lot of money. Abantu bakula alya bwino, bakula salola bwino. Kanshi no kuina tu alaina. No kulepa fwe bena mirenge. Kanshi tambule na twampa no kulepa.
Fire. And then the other thing also is the issue of corruption. I just hope HH and his team they will set up a very good corruption. You know how to monitor this money also to make sure that this money goes into the right people and good investment as well, so that at least in the near future the government can also benefit in through tax, and I'm just hoping for the best. The last thing I want is corruption. Once the people who are corrupt are just involved in it, we're sure. Then problem, then again it's like,
thank you.
It's like 10 steps backward. Thank you.
Thank you. Wachama. Could you tuma clicks, Wachama? Could you tuma clicks? Nika click in shimwa wamo. Muli muted.
Ka click na wamo. Ka pa wakwetu. Eka click na wamo.
Yeah, click wakwetu.
Anyway. Kali diwa ka wakwetu. Anyway, the only thing I would like to talk to add on, or maybe I don't know whether you add something, because you didn't mention about it. Yes, that 25 million, it will need the infrastructure as you said, but again, not to kapere after 80-90% it goes to the jobs which are created instead of going to the development, because it would be nice 5% or 2%. That's for the structure of ama accountant. The rest of the money goes to development. What I'm trying to say is the ratio should favor the development, not the employment. Yes, they need to create jobs. I understand that, but we have to be realistic about why we are taking that money there.
Yeah.
Then I'll leave it there for the meantime, because that's what I was thinking anyway.
Thank you. Wiseman. Wiseman, kulishani kukabwe.
Kukabwe kulife wino katishi kufyalo kya mpepo kukwenanga kulishani.
Number Wiseman, nika click inshuwa abakwa, bantu ka click na akachita confuse abantu.
Kakidiki ndiko I think nikamukie na uka wa pesi. Nikuba kwetu, nga nikwisa kumbiti wawu.
Number, Wiseman, there's a lot of uproar in Lusaka today. Mulandu agateka bachiranda atika clique of 1964. Kachitika leiba. Correct question.
Na mwishiba, I think chakubalira kutotera bakateka bakufumya kwa school fees, tuition fees nefi ashala kwa school. I think iskulu byalishalira sana, and being a youth, I'm very disappointed with the way we are handling things, starting with the journalists who are cheap question area, going down to the mindset of the youths. I'm surprised when the UPND presented the budget, a very good budget. Our friends, our clique, they started seeing opportunities of how to enter and do something among the budget. But if we, Zambia and youth, we were searching about the negative of the budget. That mindset is growing. Instead of a journalist taking advantage of Kulandana Bagateka, it's something which is very rare. Wakata opportunity in idea. Instead, we push if you buy and deco from a piece of man shibare tako. Next trip,
why Ipshat is bringing these people back on payroll tribalism.
walifira okuyipusha abantu omuntu waleba tamfya ati ninshuwe tamfisha emitundu ishi wipusha oleba bwesha kabiri futi as a journalist.
Wise man, you are wise. What you're saying is instead ya kuipusha uwareba tamfya.
Yes.
Waisa mkuipusha
ninshuwa tamfisha abatonga beka na balozi ninsheba rufya nyafe waikarazi kulya umbi wambo kubabwesha ewe batuleba tribalism. What kind of thinking is that as a journalist? I was very disturbed. Now Marcus was beki twalomba Facebook ule chitako educate firefi kopo ama media moya ya mwaisarako nga wamune chisungu ta understand na translate ya kana mwaisarako. I was surprised of what such twist iliashi awe baleta na bakaunda bababika pa bamwana wasa bababika tibonse ni bakabwarada kwisa umfa audio in a shocked can chef iliashi.
Yeah.
And that was very disappointing.
And it's because the Patriotic Front government was a government of thieves and kelenkas. Now, but after they lose power, no, but even after losing power, they have continued to lie. They have continued to deceive. They've continued in their tribalism. No, but to wise man, should we just stop at Tuariwina Kade Turaveko? Pantukuina Tuariwina, wise man. The party we supported Yariwina. So Turaveko fe.
Teti tavya bombe fyo tulina vena ni nankwe apapene epo twala shupana sana apa pantu twali wina eronga ni vena balingire bana bala situkulanda po ife vena fishinka efe bare chitira bakula kawe bridge kurusaka ngaponga nika kamushere muko bambo kubirishe chacho that we have developed Zambia because of that clique nomba batuletere ndara mu cheap baleta eronga ni mukawe ba mu 50 25 mukawoni 50 elefika ya isa kuno ero manje tiyo bushe bufi. Is it not the first time ever since independence from mwana pale fiatika?
It's the first time since independence.
Yes, no
is being distributed. First time.
No bufi abepere te bufi. Is it not the first time since independence to ngapo president na government yako bambo kufumia mpya mu pocket yabakabwarara bafumya fefi werete MPH na umbi bafumya ama title deed bapoka ne famu bafumya bapera ku bantu the first time just kapwe ni first time so bufi awe nsapato ngana ikulinga mune wala mune wala you are in the same place.
Okay, wise man walanda wise man twaumfo wise man Don Oscar. Don Oscar, before Tamralanda Don Oscar. Don Oscar, anyway, let me let you go ahead. And then first let me join.
How enjoying?
No. Don Oscar, if you stick at your as a country when we are extremely happy. No more friend. If we are advising the government, if we can advise the government, to against the government because who take over? No, but we can't let abantu to be the ones that are throwing stones against the government. That one we are not going to tolerate.
First of all, good evening, and good evening all the TV we work with too, and all the viewers. Don Oscar from here, from Italy. Bamunshai, I listened to the interview by airport. We can just see that nama journalists nabengi vali oriented. They are not very free. They are not very professional. Some of them, they are not professional. Even the question, that question was very sad. It's a question which was not coming from a professional journalist. So we are going to see this and many more questions which are bizarre questions like the one which came out today. Nomba, inofira mushonale landanati, just as you said before, you had discussed machirondorola bwino sana kwebati ba president weswali landira tawo nshire fwaya tufunyeko abantu bonse natupembere chishinka nomba bamusha ine ngafita bambi na paritivu bakwetu bale konkomesha kwebati nalilandireko ukusenda echinsenda kunkoko kunakirira nomba ifwe echinsenda te kunkoko twapoka mwamona bamusha ichinsenda te kunkoko inkoko tayakwata n'obusungu tayabona dangerous nomba echinsenda twapoka kuchilwani I don't hate all the PF. We hate the behavior at Muniba PF. That one, yes. I don't hate any person myself. But the behavior, that behavior Muniba PF was the extremely evil behavior. Nomba, mwebantu bakwalesa, ba president besu ba HH, ukwangufyanyako kwena balino ukwangufyanyako ba munsha pantu inena alandire na bomfishe wedi ya psychology. There has been too much contamination in all these sectors, private sectors and probably even the public sectors. Too much contamination. When there is contamination, before you can clear up the situation, first of all, I think we could decontaminate. Otherwise, if that is not going to happen, Alachala Bashupira President West, he is a just man. That man, he is a just man. But how is he going to control our bonsaban to a journalist? Our uncle, our Mudiba UPND, our Lenga, by UPND might not salan the Chintua Munsha. Forest 27, before Tukatobola Fiance for Pangino of Fiancefilia. After Tuawina my elections, silence, total silence.
Yeah, no. I think we need to continue holding them accountable. Don Oscar. I think that is agreeable. Nomba nicho clique nakashupa mwe. Akaka clique
chichi bamunsha kagliki chishinka. Nabena Zambia bonse naba kulwapura naba kunanika kukasama bonse nabada bashukuru bantu inana sale mpaka message mwachisa umfa kanani kaneka complaint mairo kabashukuru bantu balakatushi bakwetemya kanga ni 80 abaishira ndati mulefa yo kwikata bachimba kambwiri mwe ikata ko chimba kambwiri pantu tribalism ni bashukuru bantu abakalamba ka nomba bafuma kwati nikukasama bafuma bashukuru bantu abo alabadifulwa ndi mukalamba ine tribalism chishimba kambwiri muntu mukankala muntu ngwa sana mwikata mwamone psychology ka psychology bapera nabakote ukubapera ka psychology ati ichalo chote cha Zambia balerira ati mwalayi katachimba kambwiri umuntu mololoke elo balanda bashukuru bantu kuti mwayavota shani musango ulia kwaliwo kuvota ati 60,000 kuri HH elo mwapera 300 kuri lungu kwaliwo kuvota kwa msango no mana tonto ati mwamone no bashukuru besu no nabena mwamone fo baona ola abantu.
Yeah. I think our country is one Zambia, one nation. We are going to rise together, united, or we are going to perish together as fools. I think we are together, and so once they can bring tribalism. It's over. There's no tribalism in our country.
The last thing, the last thing, the Minister of Information. In case I think our lady she's a gentle lady. I think she's well educated. But our Minister of Information, I don't know whether she can hold the situation. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Bampombo. Don Oscar. Ati Bampombo, Bapombo. Mamona.
Pombo, tumafi twana twampombo. Pombo, tumafi twampombo.
Fide balanda taba nakashimafi ya mpombo. Nishi aba nakashimafi ntupombo. Omwe chibemba kyalola nga kyalanda taba nakashimafi ya mpombo. Kyalolo. Akwati mumfuikishe panto kuti kwaba abanga mona kana kali mutuletukana no. Omwe kyalola ni mukweba ati. Iwe as a man. Ngaja kutira omwana kashi akuchita disappoint. Iwe te kubula nomba fyonse fie no kuyipa ya tuyipa ye no. Ngakukana umo ukasanga na umbi. Uwachirapo pali uli okukene. Eichofiro kushipa as a man. Noti umuntu wakukana umwana kashakukana palya pene iwe chabipa. Waleko okulia, waleko okunwa, waleko okuseka, nga wali omwipi waipipira nako. Umulanda waye ati umwana kashakukana. No. Kana umwana kashi yobane kushipa. Abana kashi mafi ya mpombo ukabasanga. It can also be used for men. As a woman, te kulanda that yo mwa umoyo wankana chapwa. No. Ukamsanga na umbi umwa umoka kutemwa. So kanshi tufiro kushipa bane. Idio bale tukana. Wika ya kuipa ya. Mulandu wako bati pombo wakana. Ifya nakashifia fulo yu musango shuha waya kuipa ya. Ifya itule sonde dionse fisuma fieka. Ero kutule isadi na pufe noko isadi na pufe. Ero waya kuipa ya. Ati pantu wankana. Kuli magi. Awe lidi ya shidi ya kosa. Bahimba. Mwana muri unkari ya shidi ya mafi ya mpombo.
Vamos, you're being a sexist. You're being a sexist. Imwemweva ume apa iyo proverb nalista understand sana bamusha. Abana kashi mafi ya mpombo. Yalandati ifine mwalondolola wafwayo koyu wamusha olona kubifisha kumusha fye wamusha mafi ya mpombo waya sanga bamu.
Awe temo chalo le awe baimba temo chalo lomo iyo. Umwana kashinga akukana muchindike.
Awe tefyo bilanda don't even negotiate, go for another one. Can't if you go into the park walasanga mafi ya mpombo everywhere. Walaya sanga kuti ola fiwaisha.
Awe no yala ndati muchindike. Iwe teko watu waleko okulia, waleko okunwa, waipipira ko ulifyo wa sasuka. No.
Kandi ngo wachite finish one kaulia. So balanda tu. Okay, tina ifwe bana kashiyo ine proverb ivombe na imwe na ifwe bana kashaba ume mafi ya mpombo.
It's true.
That's better.
It's true. Because I am saying nangiyabomfya tumwana kashi, they actually applicable in all cases. Yeah. It's actually true. So nomba kaishi tekuletera po nuclear war umulandu wako batu muntu wako kana. Ero muntu ngako kana nishna kana we. Nomba uchiteshane. Na kana kaidi. Ilo nale kula ine. Omuntu ngakana nishakana. Nomba wakana kaidi chishupe ngakana nishna kana.
Mkwayi wakana ukwela akana nokocha.
Wakana nishakana.
Awa kukana finish na kukana fina na chikwila na bukai bonse bale tukana baisa tueva to. Have you been to England? Nishuri pa kitu. Vatusha. Kuya tu what's carry on. Passport asagati mwele sabu alimpususha.
At mwalimu kuzuta mafia mpombo.
Mwalimu kususa na leka kaleta likaponga mwalanda fati uko yako tekwesha.
Ati kuli ya mafia mpombo.
Yangu twaita sanga ni kuma clique. Napo tabale kwambo wambo fola kwa ndio balelanda.
Aho kwena young men and young women muleshipa umuntu ngaka ninshakana not palya pene fenomba nishinecha tachipwire chalo weko tachipwire kwati nakuipaya ngoli musmanisho uri musmanga wali babonisho wali babwena. So carry on with life no tuku. So apa pene turelanda with 1400 people limbi kuli bamwe wako no kudya lero tabali at why umulandu wa mafia mpombo. Professor Kasonso, I think we must end here. I think we must end here.
Okay.
Unless namkwata kutumo, because people like it. They want to hear from you. Alan.
Neken sanshiri shepo na ine tuviri apa pene tule isala. Ngamoya mumpa ngamoya muna mafia mpombo fe afula. Impombo taini akafiomboka mwawe. Ila vikanga yaitila na ngutuli 5,000 pamukumo. So abantu kuba mafia mpombo people feel that there is a chance somewhere else, there's an opportunity somewhere else, the availability is so big. Erere bapangirere pinda abantu bali abanono sana nomba shinonshi kutuli 7 billion panoesa mbali ya charo kandi nikuli kibale kula isala wina pofya ero abashimbe nindo kitababula mumushi. So abale folk kwila babashimbe twabafu abaleke efyo nomba ka cliché of thieves eko najisa mkuika pone na timbike pokali chufya kanono. Imbira ya mumushi tabaya sukila uwa ya sukila nishi emwine avoided that clique of thieves to adishiva ama politics ya tribe Muzambia they create war offense towards fellow citizens since 1964. Muleo isanga baikatoyu atnaiva bamu checking efya vikile mukachola mwasendere mwalapunda tribalism. But mulela boko but since 1964 kwali boku chitaga kimpanga imo kwebati okuta kufuira kwabo uleteka. Those people who control the mechanism yabuteko inside institutions, not just the figureheads, inside the institutions. Everybody komaila pokateka mondi nembira ya mushta bayaskira wayaskira nishe mwine. So abwaso onterati a cliché of thieves abo beni abale yasuka no kwisa mukupasa omushipali beriashi nishe bwalela ndapokateka.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been a presentation of TV Okwetu. Good night. God bless you. And please don't forget to send us stars, like us, subscribe to us, share us. Let everybody know that TV Okwetu is here for you. We'll see you again tomorrow. And all of you that belong to the clique of TV Okwetu, we thank you. We thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Mwatukana. Barbara, mwatukana.
Vanti clique. Taikulia ma clique. Ipo nivo vanti clique. Sasa umuntu alina 19 years old that whatever in the Paris. So you are 1964. Imagine.
Yani kuata nembiani tete muishi. Yonse filifyo bwino kanshi mpiani shari ishwa nuko yishwa muri.
Shari ishwa na shikulwa.
Thank you for joining us. God bless you and God bless our